All right, so in the last video, we talked about hidden fees, confusion, over-explaining, waiting for reactions, self-doubt. And we talked about how those aren't just phases if they're showing up regularly. They're charges, they're leaks, they're receipts you need to actually look at, because if you don't name what you're paying, you keep paying it. Today, in this Peace Economics mini-series, this one is meant to feel a little different. The last one was corrective, teacher energy. This one is hopeful, because today we're talking about emotional ROI. ROI, return on investment, basically means what you get back compared to what you put in. And when we apply that to relationships, the point is not to become cold or transactional. The point is to stop confusing effort with value, because a lot of people are out here investing like they're building a future and getting returns like they're buying disappointment in bulk. And I want to help you notice that without shame. Let me be really clear. Emotional ROI is not about keeping score. It's not about boxing everyone into the same category either, because different relationships have different lanes. Inner circle relationships are not the same as new relationships. New relationships need guardrails. Difficult relationships need boundaries. And inner circle relationships, those should feel like the investment compounds, like it builds, like you grow stronger over time. So when I say emotional ROI, I'm talking about discernment and stewardship. I'm talking about noticing whether your emotional investments are producing peace or producing drain. Because for me, a healthy emotional ROI should render peace. That's the return. And when I say peace, again, I don't mean perfection or comfort. I mean peace in your body, peace in your mind, peace in your home, peace in your decision-making. Let me split it into two categories: the returns you get from them. A healthy return looks like they encourage you, they send supportive messages, they ask what you need in the moment. They offer comfort, like a hug, a check-in, I'm here. They can sit with your feelings without trying to control your feeling. They don't treat your vulnerability like a weapon. There's warmth, there's care, there's repair. The returns you get in yourself, that's where you feel internally. You can breathe, you feel light. You don't feel that weight on your chest. You feel grounded, you feel sure of yourself. You're not second guessing every decision like you're about to get in trouble. That's peace. That's return. Now, here's the part that might sting a little, but it will set you free. Effort doesn't automatically equal return. You can put in effort and still get a bad return. You can put in effort and still get a bad return. And people struggle with this because we were trained to believe effort means love. So if you're exhausted, you assume you're doing something noble. If you're working hard, you assume you're building something meaningful. But effort alone is not proof of health. Effort is proof you tried, and that's good. But ROI is proof the system works. And if the system doesn't work, you're allowed to reevaluate without becoming bitter. Let me give you an example that's not even romantic, because this applies everywhere. When my husband and I bought our first home, we had a lot of family back in New York. We moved out of state, so obviously most people couldn't come to a housewarming party. And I was excited, like genuinely excited. So I went above and beyond. I created a whole website so people could check in on our progress, see pictures, read updates, leave well wishes, maybe even buy something off a wish list if they wanted to. I wrote blog posts, I took pictures, I built the wish list, I updated frequently. I put a lot of time into it, and the return, very little acknowledgement. No one came to the virtual housewarming, so we ended up canceling it. And I remember having this moment like, oh. And I'm not telling you that to guilt anyone. I'm telling you because it was clarifying for me. Because the lesson wasn't people are bad. The lesson was you can invest deeply and still not be invested in return. And here's the hopeful part. We met amazing people where we live now, and pretty much all of them came to the actual housewarming party. The return was different. The investment was reciprocated, and you could feel it. That's emotional ROI. Now, I want to talk about the trap that steals peace for so many people. This is the line we're putting in bold today. Intensity isn't value. Let me say that again. Intensity isn't value. Intensity isn't valued because intentions and people can change. Someone can be intense today and inconsistent tomorrow. Someone can be passionate today and disappear next week. Someone can be emotional and dramatic and apologetic and I can't lose you on Monday and cold on Thursday. Intensity can look like investment, but it's not the same thing as return because value is stable. Value is consistent. Value shows up in actions over time. Intensity is a feeling. Value is a pattern. Let's do a quick list because I want you to have language. Here are common intensity traps that look like value but aren't. Love bomb energy, big affection, fast attachment, lots of words, but no real stability. Grand gestures, dramatic gifts or moments, but everyday disrespect stays the same. Big apologies with no change. The apology is intense, but the behavior repeats. Hot and cold passion. You're either the love of their life or you're ignored. Intensity in conflict. Loud emotions that feel like depth, but there's no repair. Intensity as pressure. They want access fast, commitment fast, forgiveness fast. No patience for trust building. If you've ever been caught in that, you know why it's confusing. Because it feels like something is happening. It feels like movement, but movement isn't always progress. A rocking chair moves a lot too. It doesn't go anywhere. So what does a healthy return look like? A healthy return looks like when you express a need, you're not punished for it. When you're honest, you're not mocked. When there's conflict, there's repair, not just blame. When you're struggling, you feel supported, not managed. When you're building something, you feel like the effort is shared. And this isn't just romantic. This is friends, family, community, everyone. Because anyone can drain you and anyone can compound you. Let's talk about compounding. In finance, compounding is when your investment grows over time. It builds, it multiplies. Emotionally, compounding relationships feel like the more you talk, the more trust builds. The more time passes, the safer you feel. The more you share, the more respected you are. The more life happens, the more you're supported. Draining relationships feel like the more you talk, the more confused you feel. The more time passes, the more you doubt yourself. The more you share, the less safe you feel. The more life happens, the more alone you feel. And I want you to notice that you don't have to demonize someone to admit something is draining. Some people aren't evil. They're just not safe in your inner circle. And that's okay. Let's bring this back inward because again, this is the theme of this channel. We hold ourselves accountable first. So here's a question I want you to consider. Where have you been confusing effort with return? Where have you been telling yourself, well, I'm trying so hard, so it must be worth it. But the return is still confusion, anxiety, loneliness. And listen, if you're married, I'm not telling you to abandon the whole thing because you saw a check engine light. We're not doing just leave rhetoric here. But I'm saying a wise woman looks at patterns. A wise woman measures fruit. A wise woman pays attention to what something produces. Because if your investment is always producing depletion, something needs to be evaluated. Okay, here's your next step for this episode. I want you to do a 7-day emotional ROI check-in. For 7 days, write down 2 columns, investment versus return. And this is not to shame anyone. It's to clarify your reality. Column 1, investment. What did you invest today? Your time, emotional labor, reassurance, support, planning, explaining, care, patience, forgiveness, compromise. Column 2, return. What did you receive back? This is where we get specific. Did I feel peace in my body? Did I feel emotionally supported? Did I feel protected? Did I feel respected? Did I feel clarity? Did repair happen? Did I feel valued consistently, not just intensely? Then this matters. Add one more question at the bottom. Did this relationship today compound my peace or tax it? Because that's what we're measuring. Not romance, not intensity, not potential. Peace. Let me end with this. If you've been investing and not getting a return, that doesn't mean you're stupid. It means you're loyal. It means you have a heart. It means you see potential. But potential is not a return. A vision is not return. Intensity is not a return. Peace is. And you are allowed to want a love that gives you peace. You're allowed to want relationships that feel like they add to your life, not drain it. In the next video, we're going to talk about access debt, overability, emotional labor imbalance, when generosity becomes a liability. And we're going to end that one with a before you help checklist. Because I have learned, and maybe you've learned too, you can't rescue people into readiness. So do your emotional ROI check-in for 7 days. Not with judgment, with honesty. Because honesty is how you stop paying for what never pays you back. Thank you so much for watching and spending time with me today. If this video resonated with you in any way, I'd really appreciate you taking a moment to like and subscribe. Sharing this video helps it reach someone else who may need it, and that support truly makes a difference. If you'd like to keep coming back, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. I appreciate you being here, and I'm grateful you chose to spend part of your day with this content. Take care of yourself, move at your own pace, and I'll see you next time.